Hey everybody. I actually had two dreams last night and I dropped the ball. I was too lazy when I woke up the first time and now I forgot the first dream. Um, my sense is that it had something to do maybe with like government politics, something like that. Um, and I rolled over and I looked at the clock and it said 333. And I knew that that was confirmation of the dream. And I thought about trying to turn my phone on and try to film the 333 for you guys, but I was too lazy and I just went back to sleep. And I gotta stop being lazy like that. Because that was significant. So I screwed up there, guys. Sorry. But then I woke up this morning, kind of recently, and I had another tsunami dream. I began having tsunami dreams back when I was still living in Jersey, which was 2011 or 12. But anyway, so this dream, this tsunami dream, I don't know if this makes any sense, but the way I was facing in the dream gives me the sense that it was like the West Coast. Like, you know, like the direction I was coming from and looking and all that. That's just the sense I had, was that it was West Coast. But anyway, the dream starts that I kind of like walk in, enter the scene, and to my right, kind of like as if I was like coming in like kind of from like the North Pole, you know what I mean? Like that direction. And so towards my right, I look out through these windows. So I guess I was in like a mall of some kind of building, some kind of kind of reminded me of like an airport, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It was, yeah, it was kind of set up like an airport. Like, you know how airports just have like their external walls just like nothing but windows, you know? It was like that. So anyway, I look out the windows and I see, you know, like a big tsunami wave. But the thing is that it was like, it was far away. It was far away, like it was, you know how things are far away, they're smaller, you know, like it was far away and it, so like it looked like it had to be, I don't even know, I'm not good with like trying to, I don't know, like at least a mile, if not several miles away. But nonetheless, it was I knew it was a tsunami wave, and what I did find interesting about this tsunami wave was two things. So, one, like the crest of it, was at like different heights in different sections. So like it was however many, you know, feet high or whatever, and then like it would like go down to like a shorter height. So that was kind of weird and interesting. But then also, like the shape of the tsunami wave was like curved. You know what I mean? Excuse me. It was like curved as if it was like, you know, like the shape of whatever the coastline was, you know? Like, and it was like that far off that like I could see that kind of detail or whatever. So it was like, you know, imminent and incoming, obviously, but like there was a little bit of time to run because it was so far away. And so in the dream, I start trying to like get out of the building or like, you know, run for safety, right? And, you know, there's people everywhere, just like in an airport. and I'm trying to make my way to the escalator to go upstairs. And as I'm like I'm very like quietly but very like quickly, like I'm not like making a scene, I'm not screaming, but I'm just kind of talking to myself, like praying out loud quietly. And I'm just praying to God, and I'm like asking him to forgive me for all of my sins. And I'm making my way up this escalator, and I noticed that like as I'm passing people, like they're hearing me and they're looking at me like, what? And then like if I like make eye contact with them, I just kind of like say the word tsunami. So like I'm quietly like warning people, I guess, or whatever. But I'm in this like mental mode of like I'm on a mission like to like get to safety. And that is kind of how I operate under pressure. Is like I don't really freak out, but like I just go into this very focused mode so that I can function, so that I can operate, if that makes any sense. And so I was just very quietly focused on like, okay, I'm going to get to safety right now. And I was just praying and asking God to forgive me for my sins. And so I'm making my way up the escalator. And I think this girl that I used to know from grade school was there. Her name was Renee, although she spelled it in a weird way. And I didn't look up if how she spelled it gives it a different name, usually, or meaning. It usually doesn't. But Renee means born again. And so she was the only person that I remember having any real connection with in the dream. And so I make it upstairs, and somehow I guess I had informed her, or she figured it out, or whatever. And so we're going to like exit the building, and there was like some steps to go down outside, but it overall seemed like it was like ground level, even though inside the building it was like the second level. And so we start going like through the parking lot, and like around the parking lot there's like kind of a high fence with that has like barbed wire. It's set up basically the way it is around any kind of I don't know what you want to call it, like any kind of like government, or I guess airports are like this. So I don't know, but it was set up kind of like a prison or an airport or whatever, where it was like there was like a kind of a high fence, and then there was like what looked like barbed wire, but like you got the impression that it like that if you touched it you would get electrocuted. And so I go up to the fence, and on the other side of the fence is just like a plaza of like stores or whatever, and there's people kind of there outside, and I'm like trying to get their attention, and I'm like, hey, will I get electrocuted? And I like didn't intentionally mean to touch it, but I touched it to like test it, and I didn't get electrocuted. And then I was like, okay. And so I knew I could just jump the fence, and that was kind of the end of the dream. Renee was outside, but like just her like seeing the fence, she got discouraged, and so she was like, her and I kind of were doing our own separate things at that point, because like I was trying to gesture to her like, no, come on, but like she didn't believe me, or she was discouraged or whatever. But anyway, that was the end of the dream. So I don't know. I'm just sharing. I'm trying to be faithful. I should have got my butt up at 3:33 this morning when I had the other dream. I wish I could remember what the heck it was. I thought I would remember it, and of course I don't. But that was a quick little dream too. But I knew it had something to do with like nation affairs or worldwide affairs. So I really dropped the ball on that one, guys. I'm sorry. If I remember it, I'll come back on and share it. But I turned over and it was 3:33, and I knew it was confirmation of my dream, and I was like, oh, I'll make a video in the morning. You know, and of course now I don't remember what the heck it was. I'm really sorry, guys. Anyway, that's the tsunami dream I had. It's kind of how all my tsunami dreams are, is like I'll see the tsunami wave and I'll know it's coming, but like my dream never includes it hitting. So I don't know. That's the one type of like real prophetic dreams I've been having since 2011 or 12. It's just these tsunami dreams that they don't actually hit, but it's just like this imminent doom kind of thing, you know. But well, not even. Like, I don't even necessarily, like, in all the dreams feel an imminent doom feeling, but there was one time I had a dream, I forget if I've shared this already or not, years ago, where I was on this really high, narrow ridge or strip of land, and there was tsunami waves coming on both sides, and I didn't feel like I was at peace in the dream, but I just knew, okay, I've got two tsunami waves coming on both sides. And looking back now, I wonder if that was just symbolic of both the east and west coast, and maybe me in the future, which now is my past and present, being here in the Mile High area of the Denver metropolis. There was another dream I had maybe back around 2015 or 16, where I was back in my mother's house in Jersey, and I didn't actually see any tsunami wave, but I just knew that it was coming. I knew that it was going to hit, like, soon, like within, I don't know, minutes or an hour, half an hour. I just knew that a tsunami was coming, and I had a plastic bag, had my arm through the loops of the plastic bag on my left arm, and I had my cat in the bag, and I was just like quickly scouring the inside of my mother's house to grab anything important, but I knew I had to like get in the car and go, you know, west very quickly. And I've had more that I don't even remember now, but anyway, that's that, I guess. Alright.